Here come your Rockets!
This program is supported by advertising. Rocket Football appreciates these local partners: Mark Williams Land Team at Whitetail Properties, Riley Tool and Machine, Par 4 Plastics, Curnel Ag, Full Body Fitness Studio, Yarborough Tabor Goodwin Insurance, Farmers Bank and Trust, Hodges Sports and Apparel, Deer Lakes Golf Course, Livingston Hospital, Seaplant Federal Credit Union, Frazer Law Firm, Cobie Evans and Bart Frazer, Darrick Myers, Johnson's Furniture and Appliance, First United Bank, Gilbert Funeral Home, and Beavers Heating and Air. Go Rockets!
All right, Rocket football fans, here we are, last regular season game of the year. The good news is there's more football to be played after this Friday. But you take them one week at a time in football anyway, don't you, Coach Courtney? Today we have, of course, the Hall of Famer, Coach Gaige Courtney, and his normal spot there. And then we've got, for the first time on the show, right?
I came last year.
You came last year. Yeah, you did. Coach Trevor Lewis. And hey, congratulations to your dad. Great season down in Callaway County. Probably one of the best. He's the head coach down for the Lakers at Callaway. One of the best seasons they've had in quite some time, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. He's done a phenomenal job so far with the quick turnaround there. Going for win number 6 on Friday night against Marshall County. They've got some big wins, big district wins this year with Allen County when they went on the road, and then they had a good start, 3-1 early, and done a lot of good things.
And that's after not winning a game last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, winless. So for Rocket Nation, guys, the good news is, and we always say this, we want to be home for the playoffs the night before deer season. Now, football's important, but so is deer hunting. So all the years I've ever been here, that's always been with the kids and parents. Well, we're on the road for the first week of the playoffs. We're going to drive all the way home and go deer hunting early in the morning. So Coach Courtney, you've made Rocket Nation happy this year after beating Caldwell last week. And what a game. I got to, full disclosure, I missed the game. One of the first games I've missed, I don't know, 15 years maybe. I don't know, not many. Yeah. So over the year, I think I've missed three Rocket football games since '93. So all of them have been important events. I had a buddy retiring. I had to go see that. So anyway, but I did get through in time to watch the last 9 minutes. Okay. So it was still pretty good. I watched it on Caldwell's show. My buddy Ken Parker over there, and I don't know who all was on their program, but they weren't too happy with some of the calls. And I don't know, you know how that goes. But nonetheless, let's talk a little bit about that game, and then we'll get to this week's game. Of course, we'll be on the road this week, week 10 over HopCentral at Morton's Gap. But let's start off talking about that big win against Caldwell County. Another comeback. I mean, everybody's calling you the comeback kids now. This is a comeback team after 2 weeks in a row in big playoff games.
Just did a great job fighting the last 2 weeks and just continue to believe. I do think that the Fort Campbell game kind of gave us a mental, edge kind of in the going into halftime down. That I basically went in there and said the same things. Not that we had played as bad, but that we had been here before just last week, and we could do it again. We just need to go out there and take care of the ball and execute. And I could just tell by the way they looked at me that they believed me. The way they come out after the half was exactly how Fort Campbell was screaming out of the locker room, excited, ready to go out there and believe it. And so everything happens for a reason. I feel like that Fort Campbell kind of was a very bad first half, but I think it really even helped us in the next week, kind of just giving us belief that we can come back after the half. So.
Yeah. Well, again, 2 weeks in a row, you were down by 10 this time going into the half, and came back and won this game by a field goal. You didn't kick a field goal, but right. 3 points, 27-24 final score. they did lose their playmaker, which I obviously, hate that for them. But not having him certainly changed the way they approach things, no doubt.
Yeah.
But we finished, that took us to 4-1 in district play, and Caldwell falls to 3-2. We're 6-3 overall. When we sat down before the season, you think you're going to win all of them. You hope you're going to win all of them, but when you start, especially us in the media, start circling games. Well, we can win that. So I mean, we've done well. We've done well. We've won everything we're supposed to win, and maybe another one or two.
Yeah, I'm probably not the right person.
I'm not asking you to respond. I'm just saying.
I have them all circled on.
I know. But that's what I'm saying. We in the media, the folks around town, and everywhere I go, people are saying, "Hey, it's just been they've really lived up to it this year and played great rocket football is what everybody's saying too.
Yeah.
I hear that a lot.
Good.
The last few days, absolutely. Yeah. And I was talking to a friend of mine who coaches at another program, and I won't say where it's at, but they just don't have a winning tradition, and they've got some pretty good athletes there. They just can't find ways to win games like that, and this just comes with a culture. I mean, just like you played here, and I know Trevor played down at Trigg County, and Trigg County has a lot of pride in what they do too, and a lot of tradition. That's been to the state championship multiple times. But it's a culture that has winning starts somewhere. Do you think that was from the '85? Because before that,
yeah, it's before my time. But I know from the time I stepped in a Rocket uniform, we were expected to win. And even we had some bad teams. Well, I mean, not even bad teams, some losing teams, some teams that we went like 4-7. There was not a game that we went in there that we thought we were going to lose or would like take that we're probably going to lose this game. Just never. That culture was set in way before I got here.
Yeah.
When I was a player, I just stepped into it, that we were expected to win, and the players expected to win, the coaches expected to win, or at least we thought they did.
Yeah.
We never thought that we were outmanned or like that. That just kind of stepped across our minds. So it happened way before I got here.
Yeah. I'm going to say, of course, I came here the year after the '85 championship, but everything I heard from way back then was. When Pat Gates won the state championship, and before that, Crittenden hardly had a winning season.
Right.
They might have had one other one prior to that, one or two. Until you go back to that '63 team,
right. And then when Coach Starnes got here, consistency got there.
Yeah. But you certainly found a formula here to turn things around, even though you've been down by a couple of scores at least. And that's something that we have traditionally not done very well, frankly.
Yeah. I think when our players, obviously you give it all to the players. The players go out there and win the game, and coaches lose them.
Mm-hmm.
But we're an explosive team too. You know what I mean? Like offensively, we can score points in a hurry. So that always keeps us in the game. We're times in the past, and just the way football has changed in general. Where teams ran the ball 30, 40 times, and the pass offense wasn't. So our explosiveness, I believe, keeps us in games, even though they look like, they may be out of reach. We can score quickly, so it really helps us.
It was kind of crazy. I was watching the game, like I said, on my iPad up in Louisville, and an hour ahead of where you're at. So it was even later there. I'm kind of tired, been out all day with that retirement event that I went to. And they probably the biggest play that I saw there down the stretch was it was on that fourth down play, and they said Quinn Summers made the tackle.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, they messed that. Because it was Caldwell's feet. And then they say, well, now Summers is limping off the field. And I'm looking at this Quinn.
Yeah.
I'm like, Quinn's playing defense.
Yeah.
So it filled me in.
All right. So this week we've been working him in. Quinn is one of our best players. Quinn will be one of our best defensive players, and just a must-win game, and a game that important. We worked him in this week, thinking that we may need him to go in, and if he can handle it, and it's not going to hurt us bad offensively, we're going to put him in there. It didn't work out the way I thought, though, and Coach Barry deserves the credit for this play. We actually we were just having trouble matching athleticism, that quarterback running around. So he said, what about getting Quinn in there at one of the defensive end spots or a linebacker spot to just give us some athleticism right here? And I was like, yeah, I think it's a great idea. So we did it, and he goes.
Is that the only play he played?
He played two.
Yeah,
He played
two
before
plays.
that, and then the third down we thought was huge because we thought they may kick a field goal. That we just didn't really know. I didn't know, so I thought that third down was really huge. We got to stop there, and then the fourth down, he stayed in. And actually cramped up on the field.
Yeah, so I later heard that it was a cramp, found out what it was.
A great job by Coach Berry, thinking just a way to get some athleticism in there. And great job by Quinn, stepping in there and making a play.
Yeah, and getting that
shoestring tackle that kind of just holds him up. You know, I don't know, it's 2 or 3 yards short of first down. So.
Big time
great
players make big time plays and big time games. And we needed to play right there in that moment. I mean, it's a tight game. We're trying to keep it. We're trying to keep it on. We want to keep it where we're at. So we're like, why not? Let's put Quinn out there. Let's see what we got with it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, great suggestion by Coach Berry.
Yeah, with the Wilson boy out, the quarterback really just kind of started having to make things happen on his own. He and I'm sure you're up top watching, and you could probably see it too. Sometimes you don't. I mean, I can't see it on the field. You do. You see the field so well. It's phenomenal to me how well you do see a field. But there were other times before he started running that it was wide open, and somebody saw that and said, "Hey, look, they're losing contain," and then he started hurting you. But I mean, what a game again! Just 2 weeks in a row. So let's talk about players of the game, Coach. You know those off the top of your head?
Yeah, I think so. And before you mentioned the Wilson kid a couple times. There's thoughts and prayers for that kid, man. He's one of my favorite players in Western Kentucky, and just hate to see that
Really good
happen to him. Just really good player, nothing but respect for the way he plays. And all those guys play extremely hard, and we were always so excited when we beat them. But it's because they're such a good football team. So, but prayers for him and hope that things turn out the best that they possibly can.
I did hear today that it wasn't towards ACL, so
he'll come back stronger. I mean, I absolutely hate it though. It's sickening, especially when a guy like that, but he is a junior. Hopefully,
he can make a strong recovery.
Yeah, strong recovery. Just hate it for him. There's really no good spin on it.
Sure.
Just hate it. Yeah, but players of the game this week. Offense was the duo, Caden and Quinn. Caden came up with some huge plays, I thought, that kind of break the game open and kind of seal it also. And obviously that's coming with Quinn's arm, so it's just the duo there. And Quinn's ability to run the ball this week made a huge difference. And he's been always able to run the ball. We're just kind of selective in when we do it, but not that week at all. We knew we had to have his legs to make some things happen. So both of them just, like I said, doing what they usually do and continue to do that in a big game. And he kind of said that we needed our big-time players to make big-time plays in this game. We knew that we were going to have some explosive plays and, be able to keep the clock or keep the chains moving with the quarterback running the ball some. So they both did an outstanding job there. And let's see. Defense, it's co-defense. Braden Poindexter had a ton of tackles. I can't even remember how many it was, but a ton of tackles. Just did a really good job stopping them in the run game and helping us just get everything lined up like he always does. Just really played more physical than I felt like he had played in the prior weeks. Just brought an extra level to his game, I thought.
16 tackles. Yeah. That's a phenomenal game.
Yeah, just
quarterback of our defense. He is awesome.
Yeah,
he does a really good job out there.
Yeah, just outstanding game by him. And it's normal that I think he even played better than he has. Really, really impactful plays.
Big time
players make big time plays in big time games. Yes, sir.
And then Dakota Sosh was the other co. I couldn't leave Sosh out. To me, he's probably the player of the game. We have our really good players that we talk about all the time. And Sosh is kind of that in between, like he gets left to. And we've talked about it, he's one of our most underrated players that kind of gets swept under the rug. My gosh, the 2 interceptions. I thought the one where he jumped the screen was the flipping point of the game. He jumps that screen and then we go down and score. And I think we were still down maybe 3 or whatever, but it felt like the whole momentum in the stadium just shifted. And that belief that we talked about coming out of half, I felt like it made it just explode. Now everybody.
You could definitely feel the energy in the building.
Yeah. When
Dakota Sosh jumps that screen, makes a play. We got everybody jumping up and down on the sideline, crowd's going crazy. we needed to play like that.
Yeah, so
And that
yeah, they go in.
was awesome.
They go in another score. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
3-possession game.
And then he gets another pick late too and breaks a tackle and gets it up the sideline. So 2 picks in a game is outstanding. You know what I believe about turnovers, and you asked me what the key was. I felt like that was the key going in the game. Who would ever win the turnover battle will win this game. It's going to be that tight. And we were able to get about 1, and I felt like that was the big problem in the first half. We were down 2 in the
3-point game. 3-point game.
Yeah.
1 turnover is big.
Yeah, and I knew it was going to be a tight one. And being we were down 2 in the first half, -2 in the turnover margin. I said, "This is not good, guys. We got to find a way to get the ball turned over." And then we were able to get 3. I felt like that's the difference in the game.
It was
That lineman of the week.
Okay.
Lineman of the week was Gary Hall. Gary was outstanding. Obviously, we've talked a little bit about Gary this year and just coming back to us this senior year and just has made a world of difference. Blocked really well up front, pass pro in the run game, and defensively made some really impactful plays. And the O-line, D-line, Sassy played extremely well. Jake Rich probably had his best game of the year. Keegan Pearson probably had his best game. A lot of those guys up front really stepped up. It was a game where everybody played well. It really was. I mean, it was a team win. We got to pick those players of the games, and they deserved it. But it was a team win, especially up front there. They all played extremely well. But Gary Hall led the pack.
Our offense and defensive line are pretty well, really good. Like they do a lot of good things. Every one of them, Jake, Sassy, Gary, Keegan, Counts. I mean, they all do great things on both sides. They do everything we ask of them. They're good. They help us a lot for sure.
And they've really gotten progressively better, hadn't they? This season.
But
Yeah, I think so. As much as I've ever seen.
It's day and night. Like they're doing really good.
Yeah, D-line was from that. I mean, there's a couple games that we played decent, but by far this week was our best performance up front. The D-line. I mean, I feel like they're getting better. Coach Brown's did a great job with us up front. I feel like we're getting better all the time, each week. So they've really came a long way. Then special teams was Eli Bell. Punt returners running down on kickoff. And he's been twice in a row. He makes a lot of big plays for us. He played really well defensively also too. Just a really solid night for him. Only a sophomore and really contributes. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of. I mean, Caden, Quinn, those guys get talked about a lot. Eli's huge for us on what he does everywhere. He never comes off the field. He's our punter. He's one of our kick returners. He's our second punt returner, and he does everything. So. Just really, really big night for him, and always does a good job.
Who else in that game, Trevor? Is there? We've got players again. Who else played really well, but just doesn't end up?
Honestly, a lot of our skill guys were doing some good things. I know we talked about Sosh before. He had a good touchdown early. I thought Hughes coming in. He played a little special teams, played some offense, defense, in different times. He did a really good job on the kickoff unit once. He ran down there, about got us the ball back on one, I believe, or at least was very close to it. Davis Pierman is doing good things as well.
Had another interception, yeah.
He's been killing it too. Even Juice Man, he's awesome on both sides of the ball, running hard and been playing good at corner. Linebacker wise, honestly, Joe I like Joe Bumpus right now.
Yeah.
Joe Bumpus he's come a long way too. Just a freshman, so he's got a bright future ahead of him. So.
I'm looking at the stats here on defense. Caden had 8 tackles, 5 solos. So Caden Howard, giving you something on both sides of the ball. I mean, he has been the last few weeks.
Yeah, and he was really important. Had a couple chances for some deep shots. I was able to get there and break them up. Some real deep shots. Like I said, that kid has an absolute cannon. Yeah. He just flicks it and it goes. And they got behind us a couple times, and he was able to break them up. He played. That was probably his best defensive game, honestly.
Yeah. All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come right back. We're going to break down the HopCentral game.
This program is supported by advertising. Rocket Football appreciates these local partners: Mark Williams Land Team at Whitetail Properties, Riley Tool and Machine, Par 4 Plastics, Curnel Ag, Full Body Fitness Studio, Yarborough Tabor Goodwin Insurance, Farmers Bank and Trust, Hodges Sports and Apparel, Deer Lakes Golf Course, Livingston Hospital, Seaplant Federal Credit Union, Frazer Law Firm, Cobie Evans and Bart Frazer, Derrick Myers, Johnson's Furniture and Appliance, First United Bank, Gilbert Funeral Home, and Beavers Heating and Air. Go Rockets!
Caden Howard, senior, wide receiver, safety, Marion, Kentucky.
Braden Poindexter, senior, middle linebacker, Marion, Kentucky.
Dakota Thosh, senior, invert, receiver, Tulu, Kentucky.
Garrison Hall, senior, left tackle, defensive end, Mattoon.
Jay Stevenson, senior, defensive end, linebacker, tight end, Marion, Kentucky.
Trey Taylor, senior, running back, cornerback, Marion, Kentucky.
Keegan Pearson, senior, OLDL, Salem.
Quinn Summers, senior, quarterback, Sheridan.
Brandon Sassy, senior, nose guard, left guard, Marion, Kentucky.
Michael Counts, senior, OLDO, Marion, Kentucky.
Lane Woodall, senior, 4-year manager, Marion, Kentucky.
Gracie Orr, senior, 3-year head manager, Marion, Kentucky.
All right, we're back and we're going to talk about this week's game now. It's just been too much fun talking about last week, and the last couple of weeks have just been a lot of fun, guys. I mean, really, I so hate that I missed that game. But fortunately, I was able to see part of it. But going over to HopCentral, one thing I always say is you be prepared to not have very good phone service. They just don't have any service. I think Verizon's a little better. I mean, AT&T is really bad over there. So this is a team that we've handled quite easily, or quite well. Not easily. A lot of games been close. But 11-1, Crittenden 11 wins, 1 loss in the series. That loss back in 2016. Of course, we played. Did you say we played over there last year? I thought
we did. It's 2 years in a row.
Okay, so 47-13, we won that game, and then the year before that was 26-21. That was a tight game.
Yeah.
What kind of scouting report do you have for us? What are they going to do offensively, and who's their go-to guys, Coach?
Offensively, they're more of a 20 personnel team, like 2 backs in the backfield, shotgun. Probably their biggest weapon is probably the quarterback. Moves around well, runs well. Yeah, the gun kid. So we got to keep him contained. They have their number 1 and number 2 guys that do a decent job with the ball in their hands. They'll have to contain also, but definitely the quarterback will be their number 1 way that they'll attack you. Design runs or just him improvising. Just a really good athlete that can run around and make some plays with his legs. And also throw it too. That's always a tough thing.
Yeah, he's averaging 100 yards a game rushing.
Yeah. I would say the first thing you got to take away is his legs, but a capable passer as well. So he's he plays defense for him too. Just a good overall player for him. So yeah, and defensively, I'll be honest, not 100% sure what we're going to get. Played some different types of teams. I think we'll get probably a 4-man front with like a cover 4 type look. Kind of contain our passing game, but I don't know that. That kind of gives some different looks and coverages and some different fronts. So we're not really sure necessarily what we're going to get up front, but that's kind of what we would think going in.
Is everybody healthy going into this week?
As healthy as we're going to get.
Yeah.
Obviously, Little Sash is out, and then Hunter Cardinal is out. Yeah. Is that it that's been out? And then White gets in. He tore his ACL in the first scrimmage. So.
These are your long-term guys.
Yeah, but no short-term. We came out very, very healthy from last week.
Brand Sassy, I mean, we could talk about him a lot, but, playing with a broken arm, and players do it, but, I mean, still, it's tough.
Showed a lot of resiliency, I think, him coming out, or coming in, coming back in, being able to play in such a short, quick turnaround. It was good. He was back out there.
He was in a lot of pain over at Fort Campbell, on the sideline, and didn't come back in that game. But taped him up, man. He's ready to go. He's something. I just glanced down here. The gun, Silence Gun, their quarterback. He's basically their running back. He leads the team in tackles. You mentioned he's
he's a good two-way player.
Yeah. Another guy that's Harrison, number 1. He's the senior, Cameron Harrison. pretty good ball player too.
Yeah, he is. And two, the Earl kid. And they have a line at 55. Is that right, Trevor? Trevor's better with things.
Christian Scott. He's
very good defensively and offensively. Great two-way player. Could give us a lot of issues up front. Fast off the ball, aggressive, good athlete, plays a good motor. So it's definitely somebody that we got to take care of in the box.
So this is a game that we, like I said, traditionally we've handled them. On paper, it looks like should be a game you can get. But you've had two big games, and you just got to fight against that letdown right here. So what are we doing?
Yeah, it's the ultimate letdown spot. I talked to him about it Monday. The Caldwell game was great, but it was time to flip it. But even talking about now on this show, it's like seems so far gone because we've just been trying to flip the script as coaches and players. Because ultimately what that does is give us a home playoff game, and you know what I mean, it gives us some advantage in the playoffs, hopefully playing a lower seed. But it's all about just moving forward at this point. So that's just what we've been talking about and focusing with, man, we came out with such great energy and so fired up Caldwell week, trying to maintain that. The honest truth is we haven't met it, and we're probably not going to because that's just hard to do. But it comes Friday, we got to play the same level of football. That's what I told them. We're just got to be. We're going up right now. We got to continue. We can't have a letdown right here before the playoffs. And like you said, right after Caldwell, right before the playoffs, the Don District game. It's like the perfect spot to just go to sleep right here. So
Gotta
that's what
take
we're
care of
talking
business
about.
early if you can. Try to get out there and get going.
Don't want to be the comeback Rockets or whatever we're being called right now. We want to come out there and
Start fast and hopefully finish fast.
Can't take another one of those. We need to go out there and handle business from the
Coach Lewis, tell me, so that's what, after the Fort Campbell game, somebody said, I wish I knew what Coach Courtney said at halftime, and then this week, everybody's saying we need to publish what Coach Courtney is doing at halftime. What's he doing in there?
I mean, he's just coming in there and trying to tell the guys, like, let's not go into panic mode. We're still in this football game. We just got to come out and play. We're not in terrible positions. We're just, for some reason, we're just not starting off right, but coming in the second half in both games, we've really kind of just flipped that switch and then really set the tone with turnovers, and scoring that touchdown right before the half kind of helped us at Fort Campbell. And then even Caldwell, we come out, we score right there on that first drive, I believe, and it just went on from there. So really, he just wanted to make sure we were still understanding this game's not over, and really just set the tone and come out there and finish it. We're in a good position. We just got to finish the football game. We can't let it slip between our fingers.
Well, I don't know.
Take the phone off.
You know, I never do that. I don't ever have my phone on it's always on silent, oddly, and I get the call. But, you know, you mentioned, you know, Coach Courtney's not a guy I've ever seen out on the ledge. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what the score is. He's always saying never too high, never too low. And the team is a reflection, obviously, of the coach, and generally is. So good job, man.
Good job with them. It doesn't matter what I say. It's all about how they come out and show. And I think it's much more our leadership than what I say. You can just watch them when they come out of halftime, and you can tell how they're going to come out. And that's nothing that I said. That's just their belief in what I say and is what
our senior leaders. They were like, we're not going to let this happen. We can't lose these games. Like, these games are too important for home field, for playoff spots, all that stuff. So we had those senior leaders, Quinn, Caden, Poindexter, any of them, all were just like, let's do this thing. Let's go out here and let's finish this thing off right, and let's get wins. And that's what we were doing. So it was good to see our senior leaders really step up in those moments and take care of business.
You know, having seniors in those spots, like you say, all the quarterback spots,
we're
offense or
senior driven
for sure, and that's great. This year.
For this year. Exactly. That's all we got, though. That's all I'm concerned with.
That's right. It's week to week, right? Week to week. And this week we'll be over at HopCentral. What do we know? We know anything at all about tickets?
We don't, Coach. Yeah. We don't. Not a check to their coach. I still haven't heard nothing. I'll make sure I get on the Facebook page and get it out to you. And try to blast it out, because I can't remember.
We can't ever remember where we go. If they take cash, people want to know that.
I want to say cash. I have no idea.
All right. Anything else, Trev? What you got?
Man, just come out and support us. Come out and support us over there at Morton's Gap. We need everybody, all the support we can get to finish this thing off right in the regular season. And then we'll be back here at Rocket Stadium next week for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Let's finish this thing off right.
Yeah, I agree 100% with Trevor. If we can get some support out there and get everybody rolling, everybody should be pretty excited. We just need to keep it going. They can be a sleepy place to play in general. Their fans are off of you, and we're just not used to that. So the more we can get there and get in that place as wild and feeling like Rocket Stadium as we can, the better for us. So come on out there.
Yeah, you don't.
There's not many of them left, no matter how it goes. It's towards the end.
That's right. And then that next week playoff, home playoff game. Excited about that. And hey, everybody's got to show up there. No deer hunting. Get up there. None of that excuse. I don't want to be gone.
We need it packed out again. We need it packed out again.
All right. Well, this is week 10 program, and man, it's like I said, since day one, it just flies by. So come out and support the Rockets. Go over to Morton's Gap, and then we'll get ready for the playoffs after this week.
This program is supported by advertising. Rocket Football appreciates these local partners: Mark Williams Land Team at Whitetail Properties, Riley Tool and Machine, Par 4 Plastics, Curnel Ag, Full Body Fitness Studio, Yarborough Tabor Goodwin Insurance, Farmers Bank and Trust, Hodges Sports and Apparel, Deer Lakes Golf Course, Livingston Hospital, Seaplant Federal Credit Union, Frazer Law Firm, Cobie Evans and Bart Frazer, Darrick Myers, Johnson's Furniture and Appliance, First United Bank, Gilbert Funeral Home, and Beavers Heating and Air. Go Rockets!